The large view screen on the bridge of the TSS Dauntless showed the vast emptiness of space. Stars twinkled in the distance as Captain Lisa Monroe sat in her command chair. She brushed a strand of blonde hair from her face and took a deep breath. The orders in her hand would send her ship and crew into danger. "Are you sure about this, Captain?" Lieutenant Sam Gardner stood beside her, his face tight with worry. He was young for a tactical officer, but his skills were unmatched. "These are our orders, Lieutenant," Lisa said, handing him the digital tablet, straight from Alliance Command. Sam read the screen and his eyes widened. "Vraxian space. That's suicide." "Not with our new stealth systems," Lisa said. She pressed a button on her chair. "Chief Engineer Lawson to the bridge." Minutes later, Kate Lawson entered. Her uniform was stained with grease, and her red hair was tied back in a messy ponytail. She had clearly been working on the engines again. "You called, Captain?" Kate asked. "Tell Lieutenant Gardner about the modifications you made to our quantum drive," Lisa said. Kate smiled proudly. "I've added a phase shift module to the drive. It bends light and other energy around our hull. The Vraxians won't see us unless they bump right into us." Sam didn't look convinced. "And if they do spot us?" "Then we'll deal with that problem when it comes," Lisa said. "We have the fastest ship in the fleet. If we need to run, we can outrun anything the Vraxians have." Across the stars, on the massive Vraxian command station, Commander Krekthor stood at his post. His 6 limbs moved constantly, adjusting controls and checking readings. The exoskeleton on his back gleamed under the harsh lights of the command center. Something felt wrong. Krekthor's antennae twitched. He had been a warrior for 60 cycles, and his instincts had saved his life many times. Now those same instincts were screaming at him. "Sensor sweep," he ordered. "Full range." "Sir?" The junior officer looked confused. "We just completed a sweep 10 minutes ago." "Do it again," Krekthor snapped. Back on the Dauntless, Lisa called a meeting with her senior officers. They gathered around the conference table, faces serious. "Our mission is simple but dangerous," Lisa explained. "Alliance intelligence believes the Vraxians are building the new superweapon. We need to find it and gather data." "Why us?" asked Science Officer Paul Warren. His dark eyes were thoughtful behind his glasses. "Because Earth is the newest member of the Alliance," Lisa said, "and we have technology the other races don't. Our stealth systems give us an edge." "How deep are we going into their territory?" Communications Officer Jake Harper asked, nervously adjusting his headset. Lisa pulled up a star map on the table's display. "Deep. We'll be passing through the Crimson Nebula here, then into the heart of Vraxian space." A heavy silence fell over the room. "When do we leave?" Sam finally asked. "Immediately," Lisa answered. "Dr. Fletcher, what do we know about Vraxian patrol patterns?" Dr. Olivia Fletcher, the ship's xenobiologist, leaned forward. "They're highly regimented. Patrols run on precise schedules. If we time our approach correctly, we can slip through their defensive line here." She pointed to a spot on the map. "That's our plan then," Lisa said. "Chief Lawson, I want those stealth systems at 100%. "Already done, Captain," Kate replied. "Dismissed," Lisa said. As her officers filed out, she remained seated, studying the map. Sam lingered at the door. "Captain, for what it's worth, if anyone can pull this off, it's you." Lisa nodded her thanks, but as the door closed behind him, she allowed herself a moment of doubt. They were about to enter the territory of humanity's most dangerous enemy. If they were caught, there would be no rescue. The Dauntless broke orbit an hour later, its engines glowing blue against the blackness of space. As they approached the border of Alliance space, Lisa gave the order. "Engage stealth systems." The ship seemed to fade slightly as the phase shift module activated. They were now invisible to most sensors. "Course set for the Crimson Nebula," Navigation Officer Maria Dixon announced. "Take us in," Lisa ordered. "Nice and slow." The Dauntless slipped silently across the border into enemy territory. The crimson nebula glowed around the Dauntless like a red fog. Strange clouds of gas and dust made it hard to see far ahead. Captain Lisa Monroe watched the main view screen with careful eyes. "How much longer until we're through?" she asked. Navigation Officer Maria Dixon checked her screens. "About 40 minutes, Captain. The nebula is thicker than our charts showed." "Keep us on course," Lisa ordered. "Lieutenant Gardner, any sign of Raxian patrols?" Sam shook his head. "Nothing yet. The nebula is blocking most of our sensors, too." The ship moved slowly through the red clouds. No one on the bridge spoke much. They were all thinking the same thing. They were deep in enemy space now. Suddenly, the ship shuddered. "What was that?" Lisa demanded, gripping her chair. Chief Engineer Kate rushed to a console. "Something's wrong with the stealth system." Her fingers flew over the controls. "The nebula. It's interfering with the phase shift module." Communications Officer Jake Harper turned in his seat, his face pale. "Captain, I'm picking up unusual energy readings all around us." Science Officer Paul Warren was already scanning the area. "This nebula isn't just gas and dust. There are microscopic organisms living in it." "Organisms?" Lisa moved to look at his screen. "What kind of organisms?" "I've never seen anything like them," Paul said. "They seem to be attracted to our engine's energy. They're sticking to our hull." Kate's face went white. "Captain, they're disrupting our stealth field. They're making us visible." The bridge fell silent. Everyone understood what that meant. "How visible?" Lisa finally asked. Kate looked at her readings and swallowed hard. "Very. We might as well be sending up flares." Jake pressed his hand to his earpiece. "Captain, I'm picking up communications chatter. Vraxian communications. A lot of it. They've spotted us," Sam said quietly. Across Vraxian space, alarm bells rang. On a massive warship called the Claw of Retribution, Admiral Zexkar received the news with gleaming eyes. The admiral was larger than most Vraxians, his exoskeleton a deep purple that showed his high rank. 4 of his 6 arms were decorated with battle scars. "A human vessel?" he asked, his voice a deep rumble. "You're certain?" "Yes, Admiral," his second-in-command replied. "It was detected passing through the Crimson Nebula. The organisms there have attached to their hull, making their stealth technology useless." Admiral Zexkar clicked his mandibles together in what passed for a smile among his kind. "Alert all nearby ships. I want that vessel surrounded." "Should we destroy it?" the second-in-command asked. "No," Zexkar said. "I want it captured. Human technology could be valuable to our war effort, and human prisoners might have useful information." Back on the Dauntless, Lisa was making quick decisions. "Full power to engines," she ordered. "We need to get out of this nebula now." "Captain," Paul said, "these organisms are creating a visible trail behind us. Even if we restore the stealth system, they'll be able to follow us." Dr. Olivia Fletcher had joined them on the bridge. The xenobiologist studied the readings with growing concern. "These microorganisms are feeding on our energy emissions," she explained. "They glow when they do, essentially creating a glowing path that marks our trail." "Can we shake them off?" Lisa asked. Olivia thought for a moment. "Maybe. They seem to be attracted to the specific frequency of our quantum drive. If we could modify it." "That would take hours," Kate interrupted. "Hours we don't have." Sam looked up from his tactical console. "Vraxian ships are converging on our position. At least 15 vessels, including what appears to be a command ship." Lisa looked at the tactical display. They were being surrounded. "Options?" she asked. "We could make a run for it," Maria suggested. "The Dauntless is fast." "Or we could hide," Sam said. "There's an asteroid field 2 light minutes from here. We could lose them in there." Lisa nodded. "Set course for the asteroid field, maximum speed. Sam, prepare all weapons. If we have to fight our way out, we will." The Dauntless's engines flared bright blue as it shot out of the nebula, trailing glowing microorganisms like a comet tail. Behind them, the first Vraxian ships appeared, their weapons charging. The hunt had begun. The Dauntless raced toward the asteroid field, its engines pushed to their limits. The ship shook as it reached speeds it wasn't meant to maintain for long periods. "Time to the asteroid field?" Lissa asked, her voice steady despite the danger. 3 minutes, Maria replied, her hands moving quickly over the navigation controls. Sam's tactical display showed the Vraxian ships gaining on them. "They're faster than I expected, Captain. The lead ships will be in weapons range in 2 minutes." Security Chief Dawson to the bridge. Lisa called over the ship's comm system. Alan Dawson arrived quickly. He was a tall man with short gray hair who had served in the Alliance Marines before joining the Dauntless. "Captain, prepare your team for possible boarding actions," Lisa ordered. "If the Vraxians catch us, they'll try to take the ship intact." Alan nodded. "My Marines are ready. We've been drilling for this scenario." On the Claw of Retribution, Admiral Zexkar watched the human ship flee. He admired their speed, but knew they couldn't escape. "They're heading for the asteroid field," his second-in-command reported. Zexkar clicked his mandibles thoughtfully. "They hope to lose us there. Our larger ships can't follow them easily among the asteroids." "Shall we hold back, Admiral?" "No. Send in the hunter ships. They're small enough to navigate the field." Zexkar's 4 eyes narrowed. "I'll lead them myself." The Admiral moved to a smaller vessel docked inside his flagship. The hunter ship was designed for pursuit in difficult terrain. As he boarded, 6 of his best pilots joined him. The Dauntless reached the asteroid field just as the first Vraxian shots streaked past them. Massive rocks of all sizes floated in the darkness, some as small as a shuttle, others larger than the ship itself. "Take us in," Lisa ordered. "Full sensors. I don't want to crash into anything." Maria guided the ship between 2 large asteroids. "It's going to be tight, Captain." "Better tight than dead," Lisa replied. She turned to Kate. "Any progress on the stealth system?" The engineer shook her head. "The microorganisms are still attached to the hull. They're like glowing barnacles now." Dr. Olivia studied her readings. "They seem to be reproducing. The longer they stay attached, the more of them there are." "We need to get rid of them," Lisa said. "I might have an idea," Olivia suggested. "These organisms are adapted to the nebula environment. Perhaps a drastic change in environment would kill them." "Like what?" Sam asked. "Extreme heat or cold. Or—" Olivia paused, thinking. "What about atmospheric friction? If we skim the upper atmosphere of a gas giant, the friction might burn them off." "Is there a gas giant nearby?" Lisa looked at Maria. The navigation officer checked her charts. "Yes, Vortex, a large gas planet about 20 minutes from our position at maximum speed." "We'd have to leave the asteroid field," Sam warned. "We'd be exposed." Behind them, the first Vraxian hunter ships entered the asteroid field. They were smaller than the Dauntless, but armed with powerful weapons. Admiral Zexkar's ship led the formation. "They're following us in," Sam reported. 7 small vessels. Our sensors indicate Admiral Zexkar himself is leading them." "How do you know it's him?" Lisa asked. "The lead ship is broadcasting his personal command code. He wants us to know who's hunting us." Lisa thought quickly. They couldn't stay in the asteroid field forever. The Vraxian hunter ships were more maneuverable here. Eventually, they would be cornered. "Set course for Vortex," she decided. "We'll make a run for it and try Dr. Fletcher's atmospheric scrubbing idea." "The Vraxians will be right behind us once we leave the asteroids," Sam reminded her. "Then we'll just have to be faster," Lisa said. "Chief Lawson, I need everything you can give me from the engines." Kate nodded. "I'll give you emergency power. It won't last long, but it might give us the head start we need." Alan Dawson spoke up. "Captain, my team could place mines on some of these asteroids. It might slow down the pursuit." "Do it," Lisa agreed. You have 10 minutes. As the security team worked, the rest of the crew prepared for their desperate dash to the gas giant. The Vraxian hunter ships drew closer, weaving through the asteroid field with unnerving skill. Admiral Zexkar watched the human ship on his sensors. "They're planning something," he said to his pilots. "Be ready for anything." The hunt was intensifying, and both predator and prey knew that the next move could decide everything. The Dauntless burst out of the asteroid field at maximum speed. Behind them, several explosions flashed as the mines detonated, catching 2 Vraxian hunter ships. The rest, including Admiral Zexkar's vessel, avoided the traps and continued the chase. "Course set for Vortex," Maria announced. "Estimated arrival in 18 minutes. The ship vibrated around them as Kate pushed the engines beyond their safe limits. Warning lights flashed on several consoles. "The engines can't take this for long," Kate warned over the comm system from engineering. "Maybe 15 minutes at this speed before we risk a core breach." "That's cutting it close," Lisa said. She turned to Sam. "Status of the Vraxian pursuit." Sam checked his tactical display. "We've gained some distance thanks to the mines, but they're still coming. Their ships are faster than we expected. They'll be in weapons range again before we reach Vortex." Lisa nodded grimly. "Dr. Fletcher, tell me more about this atmospheric scrubbing plan." Olivia brought up an image of the gas giant on the main screen. Vortex was a massive planet with swirling storms visible across its surface. Bands of yellow, orange, and red gases circled it. "Vortex has a thick atmosphere with extreme conditions," she explained. "If we dive into the upper layers and maintain a specific angle, the friction should burn off the microorganisms without destroying our ship. But it will be dangerous." "How dangerous?" Lisa asked. "The storms in the atmosphere reach speeds of over 500 miles per hour, and the pressure increases rapidly as we go deeper. Too deep, and the ship will be crushed." Sam looked concerned. "Can we control our descent that precisely while under fire?" Lieutenant Gardner and Maria exchanged glances. "We'll have to," Maria said. The Vraxian ships were gaining on them. The first shots from their weapons streaked past the Dauntless, barely missing. "Evasive maneuvers," Lisa ordered, "but maintain our course for Vortex." The ship lurched as Maria began to weave between the enemy shots. Each maneuver slowed them down slightly, allowing the Vraxians to gain more ground. A shot struck the rear shields, causing the ship to shake violently. "Shields at 82%, Sam reported. "Return fire," Lisa commanded. "Target the lead ships." The Dauntless's weapons fired back, forcing the Vraxian vessels to break formation, but there were too many of them to hold off for long. 10 minutes to Vortex," Maria announced. On his hunter ship, Admiral Zexkar watched the human vessel's desperate flight. "They're heading for the gas giant," he told his pilots. "They must be planning to use the storms as cover." "Should we pursue them into the atmosphere?" one of his pilots asked. "Yes, but send for atmospheric fighters as well. They're better equipped for that environment." Zexkar's mandibles clicked with anticipation. "The humans are clever, but they've trapped themselves. There's nowhere to run on a gas giant." Back on the Dauntless, another hit rocked the ship. "Shields at 65%, Sam reported. "We can't take much more of this." "Vortex in 5 minutes, Maria said. "All hands, prepare for atmospheric entry." Lisa announced shipwide. "This is going to be rough." The gas giant grew larger on the view screen. Massive storms were visible on its surface, including a giant red spot that seemed large enough to swallow Earth whole. "That's the Great Vortex," Olivia said, pointing to the red spot. "It's a storm that's been raging for centuries. The winds inside it are the most violent in the system." "We're not going near that, right?" Jake asked nervously. "No," Lisa said. "We'll aim for this area here." She pointed to a relatively calmer region near the planet's equator. "Dr. Fletcher, what angle do we need for the atmospheric scrubbing to work?" "Between 23 and 28 degrees," Olivia replied. Any shallower, and we won't generate enough friction. Any steeper, and we risk burning up. Maria, set entry angle at 25 degrees, Lisa ordered. Everyone, strap in. This is going to be turbulent. The Dauntless approached the gas giant, its hull beginning to glow as it hit the first wisps of the upper atmosphere. Behind them, the Vraxian ships spread out, preparing to follow them in. The ship began to shake as they entered the atmosphere. Ahead, massive clouds and storms waited for them. The Dauntless plunged into the atmosphere of vortex. The ship shook violently as it cut through layers of gas. Outside, the hull glowed orange from the heat of friction. Hull temperature rising, Sam reported. Shields holding at 58%. Lisa gripped her chair as the ship bounced through turbulence. Dr. Fletcher, are the microorganisms being affected? Olivia checked her readings. Yes, their numbers are decreasing rapidly. The atmospheric friction is working. A sudden jolt threw several crew members forward against their restraints. What was that? Lisa demanded. We've hit a storm cell, Maria answered, fighting with the controls. The winds are stronger than we expected. Through the view screen, they could see massive clouds swirling around them. Lightning flashed nearby, illuminating the cockpit with brief bursts of light. Can you maintain our angle? Lisa asked. Maria's face was tight with concentration. I'm trying, but the crosswinds are pushing us around. Another violent shake hit the ship, followed by warning alarms. We've lost our port stabilizer, Kate reported from engineering, and the engines are overheating from the strain. On his command ship, Admiral Zexkar watched as the Dauntless disappeared into Vortex's clouds. 3 of his hunter ships followed, while the rest stayed in orbit. Status, he demanded. The human ship is diving deep into the atmosphere, his second-in-command reported. They appear to be using the friction to remove the tracking organisms. Clever, Zexkar admitted, but foolish. They can't escape the planet now. A new alarm sounded on his console. Atmospheric fighters approaching, Admiral. 8 units ready to enter the gas layers. Send them in, Zexkar ordered. Find that ship. Inside the turbulent atmosphere, the Dauntless was in trouble. The ship rolled sideways as a powerful gust hit them. We're being pushed deeper, Maria shouted, struggling with the controls. Full power to the starboard thrusters, Lisa ordered. Try to level us out. Captain, Olivia called out. The microorganisms are nearly gone. The plan worked. Good. Now we just need to get out of here, Lisa said. Kate, status on the engines. Not good, Kate replied over the comm. We've taken damage from the atmospheric entry. Main power is down to 40%. We don't have enough to break orbit. The ship had stopped glowing as they went deeper into the atmosphere. The temperature outside was dropping, but the pressure was increasing dangerously. We need to find a stable air current, Lisa decided. Something calm where we can make repairs. Sam studied his tactical display. There's a relatively quiet area about 20 miles east. It looks like the eye of a smaller storm. Take us there, Lisa ordered Maria. As they navigated toward the calm spot, Jake suddenly straightened in his seat. Captain, I'm picking up energy signatures above us. Multiple craft entering the atmosphere. Vraxian atmospheric fighters, Sam confirmed. They're designed to operate in gas giants. Very maneuverable. How long until they find us? Lisa asked. Minutes at most, Sam replied grimly. The Dauntless reached the eye of the storm, a circular area of relative calm surrounded by violent winds. Maria brought the ship to a hover, hidden within the gas clouds. We need a plan, Lisa said. We can't outrun them with damaged engines, and we can't stay here forever. Dr. Fletcher had been quiet, thinking. Now she spoke up. Captain, I've been studying the composition of this planet's atmosphere. It has unusual electromagnetic properties. What are you suggesting? Lisa asked. We might be able to use the ionosphere to send a message back to Alliance space, Olivia explained. If we modify our communications array, We could create a quantum pulse that would travel through subspace. Jake looked interested. A message in a bottle. Exactly, Olivia said. We could send all the intelligence we've gathered on the Vraxian superweapon back to the Alliance. Even if we don't make it back ourselves, Lisa said quietly. The bridge was silent for a moment as everyone understood the implications. How long would it take to modify the communications array? Lisa finally asked. With help from engineering, maybe 2 hours, Jake estimated. Start immediately, Lisa ordered. Kate, assign someone to help Jake and Dr. Fletcher with the modifications. What about the Vraxian fighters? Sam asked. As if on cue, the ship's sensors beeped a warning. Multiple contacts, Sam announced. They're searching the storm system. It won't be long before they find us. Lisa stood up from her chair. Then we'd better work fast. Our mission was to gather intelligence on the Vraxian superweapon. If we can get that information back to the Alliance, then no matter what happens to us, we'll have succeeded. Hours passed as the Dauntless hid in the eye of the storm. In engineering, Kate and her team worked to repair the damaged engines. On the bridge, Jake and Olivia modified the communications array to send their quantum pulse message. Security Chief Alan Dawson and his Marines patrolled the ship, prepared for boarders. The Vraxian fighters were still searching, getting closer with each sweep. Captain, Jake called. The communications modifications are ready. We can send the message now. Lisa nodded. Do it. Jake pressed several buttons on his console. The ship hummed as power flowed to the modified array. Message away, Jake announced. If it works, the Alliance should receive it within minutes. Good work, Lisa said. She turned to Kate. Status on the engines. We've got them back to 60%, Kate reported. Not enough for orbit, but we can maneuver. Sam's tactical console suddenly beeped a warning. Captain, we have company. 3 Vraxian fighters have entered the eye of the storm. They'd found us, Lisa said. Battle stations. Alarms sounded throughout the ship as the crew rushed to their positions. The Dauntless's weapons powered up, ready to fight. But before they could fire, a new alert sounded. Captain, Sam said with surprise. We're being hailed by the Vraxian command ship. Put it through, Lisa ordered. The main view screen flickered, then showed the face of Admiral Zexkar. His 4 eyes stared at Lisa, and his mandibles clicked slowly. Captain of the human vessel, he said in a deep, clicking voice. I am Admiral Zexkar of the Vraxian Empire. You are surrounded and damaged. Surrender your ship. Lisa stood tall. This is Captain Lisa Monroe of the Terran ship Dauntless. We will not surrender. Then you will be destroyed, Zexkar stated simply. Perhaps, Lisa said. But first, let me propose something. Your people value warrior honor, don't they? Zexkar's mandibles twitched with interest. We do. Then I challenge you, Admiral. Ship against ship, single combat according to Vraxian tradition. The bridge crew looked at Lisa in shock. Olivia whispered, Captain, what are you doing? Lisa ignored her, keeping her eyes on the screen. She was gambling on information they had learned from studying Vraxian culture. Zexkar was silent for a long moment. Then he made a sound that might have been a laugh. You know our ways, human. Interesting. And if I accept? If you win, you take our ship and crew. If we win, you let us go. A bold challenge, Zexkar said. But why would I accept when I already have you trapped? Lisa smiled. Because refusing would show weakness to your warriors. Could you command their respect if you feared facing a single damaged human ship? Zexkar's eyes narrowed. She had struck a nerve. Very well, he finally said. I accept your challenge. My command ship against yours. 1 hour from now, above the storm layer. The screen went dark. Captain, Sam said immediately. Their command ship outguns us 3-1. I know, Lisa replied, but this gives us time. Lieutenant Gardner, come with me. Lisa led Sam to a small side room off the bridge. Once the door closed, she spoke quietly. I need you to take a shuttle. While we face Zexkar, you'll escape with the data on the superweapon." Sam shook his head. "I won't leave the ship, Captain. This isn't a request, Lieutenant. It's an order." Lisa's voice was firm. "Our message might not have gotten through. We need to make sure the Alliance gets this intelligence." Sam looked into her eyes and saw she wouldn't change her mind. "Who will pilot the Dauntless during the battle?" he asked. "I will," Lisa said. "Maria will handle navigation, but I'll take tactical." Meanwhile, Chief Engineer Kate had an idea of her own. She called the bridge from engineering. "Captain, I think I can modify our quantum drive to create a temporary wormhole. If it works, it could send us back to Alliance space instantly." "What are the risks?" Lisa asked. "High," Kate admitted. "The drive could explode. But if we're going to face that command ship anyway." Lisa thought quickly. "Do it. We'll try your wormhole during the battle if things go badly." As the hour passed, the crew prepared. The shuttle was readied in secret. Kate worked on her quantum drive modifications. Alan and his Marines prepared for the worst. The Dauntless rose slowly from the eye of the storm, heading toward the upper atmosphere where Admiral Zexkar waited. The Dauntless emerged from the clouds of vortex. Above the planet, Admiral Zexkar's massive command ship waited. It was 3 times the size of the Terran vessel, with weapons pointing from every angle. Lisa sat in the captain's chair, now also manning the tactical station. Sam had left on the stealth shuttle 20 minutes earlier, taking a small crew and all their intelligence data with him. "All hands, battle stations," Lisa ordered. "This is it." The view screen showed Zexkar again. "Are you ready, human?" the Admiral asked. "We are," Lisa replied calmly. "Then let the combat begin," Zexkar declared. The Vraxian ship fired first, powerful beams of energy streaking toward the Dauntless. Maria executed a sharp turn, avoiding the worst of the barrage, but some shots hit their shields. "Shields at 40%, Jake reported from his console. Lisa targeted the Vraxian ship's weapon systems and fired. The Dauntless's weapons were less powerful, but Lisa's aim was perfect. Several of the enemy weapon ports went dark. "Good hit," Maria said. "Keep us moving," Lisa ordered. "Don't give them a stationary target." In engineering, Kate worked frantically on the quantum drive. "Almost ready," she told her team. "We'll only get one shot at this." The battle continued above vortex. The Dauntless was faster and more agile, but the Vraxian ship had more firepower and stronger shields. With each exchange, the human ship took more damage. "Shields at 15%, Jake announced after a particularly heavy hit. "One more like that, and we're done." "Kate, status on the quantum drive," Lisa called. "Ready, Captain," Kate replied. "But I need to warn you. I can't control where the wormhole will take us. It could be anywhere in Alliance space." "Better than nowhere," Lisa said. "Stand by." The Vraxian ship turned for another attack run. But before it could fire, something unexpected happened. New signals appeared on the ship's sensors. "Captain," Olivia called out, "I'm detecting multiple ships entering the area." "Vraxian reinforcements?" Lisa asked. "No," Olivia sounded confused. "They're Nixeri ships." Everyone on the bridge looked surprised. The Nixeri were an insectoid species known for their advanced technology and strict neutrality in galactic affairs. They had never interfered in the war between the Alliance and the Vraxian Empire. "We're being hailed," Jake said, "by the Nixeri flagship." "Put it through," Lisa ordered. The view screen showed a Nixeri commander. Its body was covered in shiny black exoskeleton, with 4 arms and large compound eyes. "This is Ambassador Galax of the Nixeri Collective," it said in a melodic voice. "Terran vessel, hold your position." The Nixeri ships, sleek, organic-looking vessels, surrounded both the Dauntless and Zexkar's command ship. Admiral Zexkar appeared on a split screen. "Ambassador Galax, this is a military matter. The Nixeri have no place here. "You are wrong, Admiral," Gulax replied. "We intercepted a message from this Terran vessel. A message about your superweapon." Lisa's eyes widened. The Nixari had received their transmission. "Your empire is building a weapon that threatens all species in this sector," Gulax continued, "including the Nixari. We cannot allow this." "This is none of your concern," Zexkar insisted. "It became our concern when you planned to use a quantum destabilizer that would affect multiple star systems," Gulax stated firmly. "We have verified the Terran data. It is accurate." Lisa shared a look of relief with her crew. Their message had not only reached the Alliance, but the Nixari as well. "Admiral Zexkar," Gulax said, "the Nixari Collective now formally allies with the Terran Alliance against this threat. Withdraw your forces or face us as well." Zexkar's mandibles clicked rapidly in what must have been anger, but even he could see the hopelessness of fighting both the Dauntless and the Nixari fleet. "This is not over," he finally said. His ship turned and moved away, soon followed by his other vessels. Ambassador Gulax turned to Lisa. "Captain Monroe, the Nixari will escort your vessel back to Alliance space. Your shuttle has already been found and is safe." "Thank you, Ambassador," Lisa said, still stunned by this turn of events. "But why help us now? The Nixari have always been neutral." "Sometimes neutrality becomes a luxury one cannot afford," Gulax replied. "Your bravery in bringing us this information has earned our respect. Perhaps it is time for new alliances in this galaxy." As the Dauntless limped away from Vortex under Nixari protection, Lisa looked around at her tired but triumphant crew. "We did it," she said simply. "Our mission is complete." "And we gained a new ally," Olivia added. Lisa nodded. "Send a message to Lieutenant Gardner's shuttle. Tell him to meet us at the rendezvous point." The Dauntless, escorted by the graceful Nixari ships, set course for home. Behind them, the storms of Vortex continued to swirl, witnesses to a battle that had just changed the course of the war.